Subscribe. My team gave me this to show me that many of you watching this haven't you subscribed. As you can see, I was reading it. So please do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, and really help us grow the community and everything. And help us, grow a little bit. So hit the subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds to do it. Only 2 seconds to just double tap, and for just one tap. So please do it. Really appreciate you guys. Guys, this is Ahmad Nyang here, and I'm your host for the future of a CEO. So today we're going to talk about a topic that we've never even tried talking about, which is about the Gambia, our economy, and the population. So sit back and pay attention to what I'm about to say because this is very, very, very important for every single person living in Gambia. Stay tuned. The Gambia is growing, but are we ready for what's coming? Gambia's population about to hit 3 million people, and our cost of living keeps rising every single year, and NAWEC still can't keep the lights on. I want to talk about what this means for our future because most people are not paying attention to what is actually coming. Let me start with numbers because the numbers tell a story that every single Gambian watching this right now should shut up and pay attention. Right now, the Gambia has a population of almost 3 million people, and we are growing at 3% every single year, which means that every woman living in the Gambia right now is having an average of 4 children. That means by 2027, we will cross 3 million people and it will just stop there. Now, this is where things get very serious because I did research and it shows me this. 42% of our population is under 25 years old. That means that half of every person living in the Gambia is hungry, is looking for an opportunity, and is looking for a job. But here is the question no one is asking. Where are those jobs going to come from? Because right now, as hardworking as our people are, we are not going to absorb all those young people entering the workforce every single year. We are producing people faster than we are producing opportunities. And that gap between the people we have and the opportunities available to them is going to be one of the most defining challenges in our generation. Now, let's dive into the cost of living. No, the cost of living is very, very expensive that every single family in the Ghana right now is feeling it. Everything now in the Ghana is more expensive from food, rent, transport, school fees, basic necessities that people were producing every single year is now stretching their budgets. And with the population growing at 3% every single year, it gets hard enough, to keep up. Inflation is eating into every single family purchasing power. The Dalasi is under pressure, and the people feeling it are not the wealthy. They are the ordinary Gambians trying to pay school fees, put food on the table, and build a decent life. Let's dive into the NAWEC problem. And I want to say something about it that goes beyond frustration because every single person living in the Gambia right now is frustrated, and that is not new. What I want to talk about is the economic cost of what NAWEC is doing to this country. Businesses cannot operate without reliable power. Let's take this past it as an example. Many people complain that they cannot serve their customers because of power supply. And restaurants are losing their food, shops are losing their sales, and entrepreneurs are losing income that they desperately needed during that period. This is not a new problem. This is an old decade problem that has been getting worse as our population grows and the demand for electricity increases, and the infrastructure behind it barely keeps up. Every power cut is a Gambian entrepreneur losing a sale they can never get back. Every time a family sits in the darkness, it's a night whereby their children cannot work, cannot study, and cannot build. The economic cost of unreliable electricity in the Gambia is enormous, and most people never calculate it. So let's dive into the bigger picture. A population growing faster than our economy can absorb a cost of living rising faster than most people's income, and infrastructure, electricity that cannot support the businesses we need to grow our way out of poverty. These things together are not just inconvenience, they are structural challenges that can decide the Gambia's future for better or for worse, depending on what we decide to do about them. And this is what I believe with everything in me. The solution is not going to come from the top down, it's going to come from the bottom up. It's going to come from young Gambians who desire to build a business instead of waiting for jobs, from entrepreneurs solving problems in their communities, from innovators who find ways to generate power, create employment, and build wealth locally. The government has a role to play, but so do we. Every business you start is part of the solution. Every job you create is part of the solution. Every young Gambian, who chooses to build rather than to wait is part of the solution. I'm Ahmad Nyang, and I'm telling you right now, the Gambia's future is not going to be decided in a government office. It's going to be decided by young people like you and me who saw the problem, who understood what was coming, and who desired to be part, of the answer rather than being seated in the crowd waiting for someone else to fix it. The Gambia is growing, but the question is, are you growing with it? See you guys in the next episode, and subscribe to the YouTube channel to help us grow. Seriously.